Hey y'all, Crazy Keon is breaking down the Rode USB mic versus the XLR version. Which one gives you the best sound for your setup? Plus, I'm sharing my best practices for getting studio quality audio every time. Only on Hanging with the Hazes. Hey y'all, thanks so much for hanging out with me. So here's what we're getting ready to do. We're going to cut right to the chase and talk about the difference between USB and XLR. And we're specifically going to focus on the Rode XLR only and the Rode USB combination with the XLR in it, okay? Now, on the USB side, anytime you use a USB mic, understand that you are going for plug-and-play simplicity. That's the whole purpose of it. Mics connect directly to your computer or your tablet or even your phone. There's no audio interface needed or mixer required. Everything is built in right here. There are fewer components, so it's a budget-friendly setup, and it ultimately means lesser upfront costs. Perfect for solo podcasters and streamers out there, quick on the go recordings. I use it all the time when I'm on the go, and it's an all-in-one design. I cannot stress how beautiful that is. There's a built-in preamp to this. There's an analog to digital conversion already in it. What you need to record is what you get in this little package. Now, when USB mics make best sense is when you're trying to record one or two people from a single computer. You don't have a whole bunch going on. You want a fast, portable, low hassle setup. This is, again, what I use about 70% of the time. It's ideal for remote locations like hotel rooms and stuff like that, where you don't want to carry all of this stuff. It works. If you're working on a limited budget, it definitely comes in handy because it's 2/3 of the cost of trying to get microphone, mixer, and everything else that goes along with it. Now, here's where the limitation comes in. Anytime you go USB only microphone, whether it's Rode or somebody else, please understand it is going to be harder for you to add multiple tracks later, okay? And it's going to be hard to add multiple mics. Your cable length is going to be limited to whatever the USB is. I think I have a 20-footer, but very rarely do I use it. You're pretty much limited to about 10 feet in most cases. Now, there's less upgrade flexibility. Please understand that. You're not able to swap out preamps, interfaces, or nothing. So what you see is what you get in this microphone. Now, switching over to the XLR side, why people go that route? Pros use it because it is the pro standard. It's used in everything from studios, radio, live sound, you name it, XLR is used. And it's used because it has the most flexibility. You can swap out your preamps, change those up. You can use any type of mixer for the most part, interfaces to shape your sound and all of that good stuff. And you have more control when it comes to gain, monitoring live, cleaner signals, all of that good stuff. That's when it makes sense. Now, for me, why do I have the big mixer, the XLR, and all of that stuff? Well, bottom line is if you're hosting multiple guests, I'm going to say 2 or more, but most people will say 3 or more. You need XLR capabilities because you want that broadcast studio setup. You want to be able to move tracks, move people, shape their sound, have mixers, booms, arms, isolation, separate track, all of that. That's what your mixer is going to give you. That's going to give you your XLR flexibility that you're looking for. If you need ridiculously long cable runs, that's when it comes in handy because you can run it pretty much however long you can get the cable. Now, if you're chasing the best sound possible, the only option you got is SLR. Now, here's where it starts to become a little limiting. So, again, you need the mixer, the cable stands, the preamps, all of that stuff. That adds up real quick, okay? It's complex because you do have gain staging. Like the XLR version of this is gain hungry. If you don't have a cloud lifter and a decent amp, or let me take that back. If you don't have a decent mixer that can put out the gain of at least 60 dB, you're going to end up adding a cloud lifter. That's another couple $100, okay? So gain staging is very important when you start looking at mixers and stuff like that. Latency management you have to deal with, routing all of this stuff to get to the computer can be, and it's overkill for simple setups. Most people that are just doing a one-on-one podcast, stick with this. It's just easier, okay? So next, the thing that we want to talk about is the sound difference and sound quality between an XLR side of this mic and the USB side. Now, I'm going to use 2 separate mics because it's just going to be easier, but I will let you kind of judge for yourself which sounds better, the USB side or the XLR side. And the sound samples are going to be coming through a professional DAW or professional audio software so that you can clearly hear the difference. Be with you in 2 shakes of a nickel. All right, so for this test, this is what we're going to do. We are going to use the same exact processing on both. We're going to roll off everything under 100 hertz. We're going to use a light compressor, and we're going to use a little bit of limiter. That's it. Same compression, same limiting, same roll off on both mics. And I'm going to read a 10-second blurb, and I will then come back and have the conversation about what the difference is. USB versus XLR, which mic wins? USB is plug and play, perfect for quick solo setups. XLR gives you pro level control and clearer sound, but takes more gear. Either way, know your setup and make it sound right. Only on Hanging with the Hazes. USB versus XLR, which mic wins? USB is plug and play, perfect for quick solo setups. XLR gives pro level control and cleaner sound, but takes more gear. Either way, know your setup and make it sound right. Only on Hanging with the Hazes. Okay, so somebody out there in virtual land is going to ask, why didn't you just use the audio that was recorded with this show? Well, there's one reason and one reason only not to use it. It is processed to hell. Like, I have all kind of processing going on. I got reverb, I got roll off, I got compression, I got limiting, I got some other stuff. But it's meant to sound decent and good over a variety of stuff, either your phone or your hi-fi audio system. Like, I got a lot going on with this. That's the reason why I did not use it. So you heard the two tests. Which one is better? Neither one wins. It depends on your situation. You can make both sound good. The point behind this video is for those who are on the fence on whether or not you want to crank out a bunch of cash or save a couple bucks and have an all-in-one box. It doesn't matter. You can use an all-in-one box. Understand the limitations between the two. Now you can make an informed decision and either spend some money or keep some cash in pocket, especially if you're not doing this every single day. You can make a USB mic sound good. And yes, only thing that was used on an XLR was the XLR test that we did. Everything else in this video was done with a USB mic. So there you go. For more information, check out some of the other stuff that's out there. I did a video on the Mayano. I'm going to clean that up and do another one to kind of give you a comparison on what you're doing there, so you'll know if you are going to sink the cash into a mixer, do you have to spend high dollar, or can you get away with something at about $100, $125? I will make sure that that is actually attached on the end of this video so that you can see it, and I'm going to do an update to that particular video. Make sure you like and subscribe. We talk camping, but this right here, I felt like it was necessary to talk about. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I am Crazy Keon, the crazy camper, the craziest camper you will ever run into. We like doing it, we like talking about it, and we keep it real and truthful right here on Hanging with the Hazes. We'll see you in 2 shakes of a nickel.